Mistakes, misplays, and controversial plays at the KC Grand Tournament 2021. They were playing for an exclusive Black Magician secret rare specification. Let's go.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
Before we hop into the misplays and or controversial plays from the event, which were gathered by Duel Links Meta viewers and members of the Discord, what did you have to do to qualify for this event? You had to play in a 72-hour global tournament, your entire weekend, your family, your friends, everything you care about, you say goodbye to it. You don't sleep. Sleeping is forbidden. Maybe you don't even eat. And you just played through the entire weekend. And if you dueled the most and had a pretty decent win rate, I think people with maybe a 55% win rate, maybe even 52% win rate were topping if they could play over 1,000 duels in a weekend. And you could do the math. Let's say 800 duels, 72 hours, average that by the average duel time, and you tell me, did they have room to sleep? That's insane. But then beyond that, the top 100 players would play in a single day event where they would play against each other. And about 6 duels. It was best of 1 dueling. So you would duel, and then if you won or lost, that'd be a record. You don't have to best of 3 of them, no side deck. And then the top 25 of those top 100 played in the final grand tournament, and they were playing for the secret Black Magician extra special card. The top 3 were getting this. So now that you know how they qualified, what was on the line, let's talk about the plays. Let's hop into the controversial and or misplay that may or may not have happened. We're going to watch the duel, and then you let me know if you spot it. Then we're going to go back to the play and talk about what the potential issue was. So I don't want to spoil it. Let's see if you're big brain or not. Let's turn on everything in game. We'll take off the voice lines, though. How about that? So we could be nice and speedy, go through it. This is game 3. Gaia playing the field spell. Very good. Going to reveal the Gaia. And we're going to speed right through the fusion. Summon, special the dragon, fusion summon into a Gaia. We're playing against Shiranui. Chalice negating the Samurai Skull from sending a Spectral Sword from the deck to the grave. Very good. Triple back row Nui. With Hatred being banned, back row is king. Ballista Squad is going to negate the field spell after revealing a Gaia. So we know he has a Gaia in the hand. In addition to the Dragon's Mirror, fusion summoning an additional monster. Big play, double Gaia. Void Trap Hole is going to negate and destroy the Gaia. But the Gaia is going to reduce itself to 0 and destroy the other back row card. Now, this will only work on a monster with 2,000 or more attack, and it has to negate it. So by dropping your attack to 0, now you don't destroy it, and now it's on the field as it takes out a Ballista Squad. Now, we see him adding a Ballista Squad that is guaranteed. We know it after activating the Endless Trap Hell. So he's going to set a card after summoning the Gazuki. Gazuki's going to banish a zombie to summon a Shiranui Solitaire. Solitaire is going to tribute to summon a Spectral Sword, setting the guaranteed Ballista Squad. Going to Ballista Squad on the attack. Soldier Gaia is going to tribute. Then dodge the destruction. 2,600 to the face. Boom. Now, did you catch what the potential highlight or misplay or controversial play was? Chat, let me know, and we're going to get to right at the moment of what happened. To start off this turn, we are using the Dual Assist part of the Duel Links Meta website. It's on the front page. Just click on it. We could make it a main tab if you want over the deck price. Oh, it is a main tab for me. Very nice. Cool. Click on that, or it'll be down here. And using that, we have clicked on we're playing Gaia. So we're going to get a Gaia breakdown. So at the start of the draw phase of Shiranui playing against Gaia, he could definitively know by holding the Ballista Squad within the draw phase, he could check for a newly drawn card being activatable. We know he's got a regular Gaia because he revealed it with a field spell, but now he drew into an unknown card. So drawing into an unknown card, it's going to cause a delay and flicker the hourglass in the draw phase. So we know that he drew one of these cards, or he drew into a Soldier Gaia. So that is the big deal there. The Soldier Gaia or any of the quick play spells, he knows that he definitely drew it. So what happens now is the Gaia player is going to go into the battle phase. The Gaia player will declare an attack. Now, for your quick effects and your opponent's quick effects, you're going to have this priority within the battle phase on an attack declaration. On the attack declaration, we're going to be thinking that it is either a Soldier Gaia or a Chalice. So the turn player, if they have their toggle on, for example, it will ask them, they will have priority to activate their quick effect. Then they could pass priority to the opponent, which now the non-turn player has the ability to activate their Ballista Squad. If the Ballista Squad player activated their Ballista Squad here, it is a straight up hardcore misplay, a really bad misplay. Now, the unfortunate thing is we have no way to know through spectating. It doesn't show the phases properly in spectating. We would have to actually be in the duel itself, or one of the players, if they recorded themselves playing, then we would know. So this is where the Mint would pass on his Soldier Gaia, and then if he activated Ballista here, huge misplay. Huge. Or he passed on his Ballista because maybe he's thinking that he has a Chalice. What is the Chalice going to do? The Chalice is going to boost up him to 3,000 attack. Or he thinks that maybe he has another quick effect. You should not be activating right here. You should wait until the battle step. So if he did not misplay massively, then the turn player's got the battle step where it's going to ask him again. It asked him here, and now it's going to ask him here, would you like to activate your quick effect? Would you like to activate your newly drawn card that's activatable? If he passes here, this is crazy. Because if you pass, then if the non-turn player passes, you go to the damage step, you lose your Gaia, you lose. That's it. It is over. Passing here is very risky, but he knows he's got a Ballista Squad. He added it back, so it would be his last resort play. What is the last resort play? To bait the opponent into thinking he's got a Chalice. Now, why does Chalice matter? All of the normal quick effects will be activatable within the battle step, but not the damage step. Because the Chalice modifies the attack and or defense of a monster, and it's a quick effect, it could happen during the damage step, which is not where the Ballista Squad could be activated. So what would happen is, let's walk through this again. You declare an attack, you pass, then it's asking him to use Ballista Squad. If he activated it here, which he could have, I don't know, this would be a misplay because then he gets to chain his Soldier Gaia. Otherwise, it goes back to the battle step right here, and if you activate your Soldier Gaia, you know he's got a Ballista Squad. So what are you going to do? You're going to pass because maybe you are fearing this is your last resort play. You're going all the way, but your other option could have also been to just put your Gaia into defense and end, right? You know he's got Ballista Squad. If he activates Ballista, you'll chain summon the Soldier Gaia. Or you go for the outplay. The outplay is, I hope that he does not take me to the damage step. I hope that he fears a Chalice. So by passing the battle step, he was in the position to lose right away. Instead of putting his monster in defense, he goes into attack, and if the attack goes through, he loses. But because his opponent got spooked, he did not want to enter the damage step, so he possibly activated the Ballista here. Ballista here, possibly. And then that's when you could chain the last opportunity to chain your Soldier Gaia. You cannot chain it anywhere else before the damage step. Then he summons the Soldier Gaia, and there you go. He feared the Chalice, and he avoided the damage step because he was afraid of the Chalice, knowing that you cannot chain the Ballista to the Chalice. So you tell me, did a misplay happen, or did he outplay? Outplay and or misplay, let me know. Then this is what happened. Activate Ballista, chain. If he would have let the attack go through, then he would have lost. He did not have a play unless his opponent reacted. His opponent had to fall for it. If his opponent just did nothing, then his opponent would have won. Literally would have won by doing nothing. That is insane. So what would you have done? Do you believe that if you were the Spectral Sword player that you would have passed? If we look at a Gaia deck, Gaia is playing how many Chalice? It says 38%. 25% are not playing it at all. 38% are playing at 2. 100% are playing the Soldier Gaia. Should he have really played around the Soldier Gaia or what? But then he also could be thinking, his opponent's a mad lad. Why is he attacking? He would only be attacking if he has Chalice, right? It's the only thing that makes sense. Instead of thinking that his opponent is bluffing him. Bluffing is a huge part of the TCG. I think more so in the TCG than in Duel Links. So he just did not expect bluffing the Chalice, then winning with the Soldier Gaia. That was insane. And then also, people are afraid to look bad. If he attacked, be honest, if he attacked and he flipped up Chalice in the damage step, you all would say, why did you not Ballista squad? It was so obvious. He was attacking for a reason. He must have had Chalice. Why did you not flip up Ballista, you fool? Now you look so bad. That would probably look worse than losing to the Soldier Gaia. Oh my. We're about to hop into one of the most controversial plays of the event. Let's watch this. Let's get into it. Tadashi at the bottom, Fukusuke at the top. This was in the top 16. Let me know if you spot the controversial play and or misplay or highlight. What was good, what was bad, you tell me. Tanky, we'll speed up through this. For the first turn, there's no interaction here, so we get speed right through it. Discard, search a card, draw a card. Gonna Lunalight Fusion, quite popular in the events. Lunalight Fusion, get summoning. Now, the Lunalight deck, Saber Dancer, is untargetable, and I believe this was quite a popular option to play in the event. If you didn't know the rules for the event, the rules were that you had to play 3 different decks and you could not overlap a card more than once. If you played 3 Book of Moon in one deck, you could not play it in your other decks at all. So if we look here, how many Lunalight Fools do you see? We see a Lunalight here, very good, a Lunalight there. I think there was a lot of Lunalights. You tell me. There's quite a few. Or I just saw 2, 3. How many more? So with this said, if Lunalights were a popular option in the event, then a card that people could have played to counter Lunalights would be Swordbreaker. Swordbreaker is a popular card in Onomats, being side decked mostly. As you can see, 98% are not playing it. But if you're expecting the Lunalights and if they become more popular, Swordbreaker is very good. If you swing in with Swordbreaker and it gets Sphere Creboed, they can't attack in the Swordbreaker with their Saber Dancer because the Saber Dancer will be destroyed right away. There you go. At the start of the damage step, get destroying. So let's see the Swordbreaker right here. Let's click on Onomats and Swordbreaker. Were anyone playing it? Within the past 2 weeks, only 2 people were playing the Swordbreaker. One in the side deck, and I do believe he had it in the side deck for Lunalights. And then we have Victor Lee also in the side deck. So that's very interesting. Maybe Swordbreaker will go up in stocks as the Lunalight deck has becoming more popularized, I believe. This player, he had it. Ryu Zane had it in the main deck. Now let's go back to the duel. Gaga sister. Time to play with our sister. Grabbing a Gaga Bolt. Can't target the Saber Dancer with this. Come forth Code. Code summon the Onomatopoeia. Now, if you don't have the Swordbreaker, the Excalibur is pretty much your only out to the Saber Dancer. 4,000 attack, but then it gets stopped by Sphere Crebo. The Swordbreaker would have been protected from the Saber Dancer attacking into it after being Sphere Creboed, but that is okay. Gaga Head. Come forth and summon. Summon. Gaga Sister, change the level, M7. Now, what's good about M7 here is we could, if we wanted to, return the Excalibur back in the extra deck since it's our main out to the Swordbreaker. See how reliant he is on the Excalibur? It's very important that if it gets Sphere Creboed and dealt with, that we M7 it back in the extra deck because we have to take out that Saber Dancer. Summon the White Rabbit. White Rabbit's going to return up to 2 back row back to the hand. We're going to lance the White Rabbit. Now, this is subtle, but now the White Rabbit is unaffected by the Lunalight Fusion. You cannot use the White Rabbit for a Lunalight Fusion. Activates Lunalight Fusion by chaining Book of Moon onto your extra deck monster. Now they can't use their deck to assist in the fusion, and they can't use the White Rabbit. So what does that mean? The Excalibur, being the only out to the Saber Dancer, is now going to be dealt with by the opponent's Lunalight Fusion. The opponent's Lunalight Fusion has to fusion summon. He has to send Saber Dancer. He can't use White Rabbit. He can't use the deck. He's got to use 2 monsters, and there's only 2 eligible monsters. So there you go. Goodbye. Flip down. Can't use the deck, and now the Saber Dancer has been dealt with. Activate the Martin, searching for a Lunalight Fusion. This is important to know that his only card in his hand right now is a Lunalight Fusion and a White Rabbit. So we know there's no hand traps. No hand traps whatsoever. Cat Dancer doing its thing. Double attacking, quadra attacking, take out everything. Now this is where the big plays happen. Book of Moon. Negates. But by negating, you also gain 1,000 life for both players. On him on a play, he's going to return the glove back in the deck to grab a coat. Summon the Onomatopoeia, special the coat special, summon from the grave, but not until Gaga Bolton. That's the second Fox. Fox is semi-limited. There will not be another Fox. What the Fox? Now, the big problem here is, you know, he has no hand traps, and he's at 4,200 life, so you win with the Malevolent Sin, right? Malevolent Sin is an easy win, but he's going to gain 1,000 life. No, he's at 5,200. Now, if you Malevolent Sin, it is not enough. That life point gain saved him. Banishing him off the field, 2,400, 1,800, and he's off by 1,000, by just one of the negates. And what's important here is he's triggering D-Draw, but he's probably thinking he already has the White Rabbit, he already has the Lunalight Fusion, so what's the problem with me just going in? Trigger the D-Draw. He can't search for another Lunalight Fusion. What's the best thing he could search? Well, he actually searches the best thing. Back on the fields, the Lunalight, summoning the White Rabbit, summoning the bird. Now he searched the Martin. By searching Martin, he had a Lunalight to discard instead of a hand trap he could have possibly drew into. So he had a Lunalight to discard to draw 1. And also, he is now going to rank 4 Exceed. He would have not been able to rank 4 Exceed without the Martin he searched for. So this is a draw 1 and a rank 4 Exceed with the Destiny draw. So you could argue that maybe triggering D-Draw should not have been done there. And then he's pretty much screwed. He did search a Lunalight Fusion, but he already had one in the hand. So the Martin, while you could think that it was a Fusion, an Exceed, and a draw off of the D-Draw, he did not need that Lunalight Fusion. And then we got the bird, summoning the Fox back on the field, tributing for attack and everything, 5,500, and that is a GG. Now, what do you think should have been done? What do you think? Was there a potential misplay there? So Kai Samar said that he should have done the play we're about to do. So the Book of Moon gets negated. He's going to go up to plus 1,000. He's at a total 5,200 after both the negates. So we're just going to keep his life like that. Book of Moon negates, and then he returned the glove, but Kai Samar says that he should have returned the Onomatopoeia, or at least should have made this play to grab a coat. And there is an Onomatopoeia in the graveyard. So you normal summon the coat activate, special summon the Onomatopoeia, special summon the glove. You can Gaga Bolt, and then he's going to negate. He's at 5,200 life. Then what you're going to do is you rank 4 Exceed into Malevolent Sin. You will detach the glove, banishing the Cat Dancer, correct? Then we're going to glove special summon, rank 4 Exceed into Gaga Samurai. That is going to be 1,900 plus 2,400. So let's do that. 1,900, reduce. 1,900, reduce. Then he's at 1,400 life. And this was a guaranteed play because you know that his hand traps, there are none. But the problem with this play is you got to have Gaga Sam. You got to have the Gaga Sam. And Tadashi saying that he did not play Gaga Sam. So he did not have this play. Let's see Tadashi's deck list real quick. He played Excalibur, He played Corbage, he played Gaia. The Corbage and Gaia really took away from being able to play the Gaga Samurai. So it could be up for discussion if you liked his extra deck or not. Did he have a play with the Corbage? Could he have forced out 2 negates, then Book of Moon, and then returned back on the deck with a Corbage? I don't think so, because he would have to have a second Malevolent Sin to do that. And even if he had a second Malevolent Sin, it would still be 5,000. Wait, actually, would it have been lethal? No, it would have been 5,000 damage. It still would have been 200 off from lethal. So if he had a second Malevolent Sin, he could have dealt 5,000 damage, would still not have been lethal. And some people are thinking, oh, why not Excalibur? Well, he could not Excalibur because how are you going to do 2 warriors to make the Excalibur? The glove has to be used in the Exceed. The glove is not a warrior. Because the glove is not a warrior, how are you going to make the Excalibur and a Malevolent Sin? So that was the big problem there. So was there anything he could have done there? And well, real quick, we're going to look at an Automat deck. Let's see what the breakdown of how people are playing the extra deck. We're going to go to tournament only mode. Hold up. Looking at the website on how the extra deck's being played, 45% are playing 2 Malevolent Sin. We talked about how that would have been 5,000 damage if he had another Malevolent Sin. The M7, so that's 2 cards, Malevolent Sin, M7, Roach, he played Roach, Bouncer, he played Bouncer, Excalibur, he played Excalibur, and this is where it differentiates. He chose Gaia over the Gaga Samurai. The Gaia could be summoned over the Corbage. A lot of people are playing Gaga Sam and Corbage, but no Gaia, and Gaga Sam would have been lethal there. We also did talk about how he could have potentially played Swordbreaker if he was expecting a lot of Luna Lights. Look at a recent extra deck. This fool is playing a completely different. He's playing Rhino Bust, could have possibly been an idea to prevent him from even being able to negate from the graveyard. Now, I'm not saying this is a misplay or that he should have played anything. We're just talking about what people are playing. How many Gaga Samurais are there? Gaga Samurai. Gaga Samurai. So here are the fools that are playing it recently and what their extra deck would look like. Rhino Bust, I'm not going to look at that. That is pretty much, he's playing Gaia over the Corbage. Okay, Gaia over Corbage. If we look at this, let's zoom in more. There we go. Patriarch in the main deck. So you could see that people's extra decks are differentiating quite a bit, and we are searching by Gaga Samurai, so don't think that Gaga Sam's in every deck. If we look at how many it's actually in, it's going to be 39% are not playing it, but if we go to tournaments, then it gets even worse. 55% are not playing it. So could there have been any other play, or was that the way? I think there could have been another play. So let's set up this field again. So let's redo the play. He starts off by Book of Mooning, but I'm going to ask you, why should he Book of Moon if he's not going to lethal this turn? What is Book of Moon resulting in? Is Book of Moon helping us win this duel? Is it helping us set up a field? Is he stopping us? This is usually Book of Moon. You save it or use it on if they're doing a dangerous attack or a dangerous play against you, or you're flipping down a Bouncer. I don't feel like Book of Moon should have been used here. I think that it should have been prioritized to hold onto the book, hold the book. So what he did was he could return the glove and grab the Gaga coat, and he also has an onomatopoeia in the graveyard. He could summon the onomatopoeia, special the coat, then special the onomatopoeia. He could still bolt. Bolt it, negate. All right, negate 1. He's going to be at 4,200, so let's do a plus 200 after that negate. Now, why Book of Moon? Why? Instead of Book of Mooning, let's Exceed into a Malevolent Sin, detach from Malevolent Sin. Does he have to negate the Malevolent Sin? Yes. This is lethal. It's guaranteed lethal if he does not negate the Malevolent Sin. He has to negate it. So he negates this, and now he goes up to 5,200, and this is where we will set the book. Set the book. And then you swap on over to this player. We don't know what he would have drawn into, but he did draw into a Martin with the Destiny draw. If he Luna Light fusions, he could Book of Moon, flip down the Malevolent Sin potentially, or use the Book of Moon on another monster. He probably was very likely still screwed, but he still had I think a much better chance to survive this turn. So if he drew into a hand trap, he now has to use his hand. But he would summon the White Rabbit at least. So I think he would have 2 Cat Dancers or at least a Saber Dancer on the field. Double Cat Dancer or just a Saber. And there you go. That is the controversial play. You talk about on how you think it was played out. He used Book of Moon and Bolt, double negated, then Malevolent Sin and attacked. Should he have held on to the book? Should he have just played Gaga Sam? I mean, it's hard to really just say he should have played an extra deck card. Should he have played a Sword Breaker? Who knows, but that was a controversial play of the event. And let's hop into the next one. Onomats versus Harpies. We'll skip through the first turn play. Draw on 2. On a play. Get exceeded. Onomat again. I think everyone played Onomat, right? How would you not play Onomat? Sister, grab the bolts. Bolt the field spell, but first we're going to coat some of the onomatopoeia. Goodbye the field spell. We're going to exceed into a Bouncer. We bounced. Hysteric Sign, grab an Elegant Egotist, but you need a face-up Harpy to activate it. So if his back row card could disrupt a face-up Harpy, that'd be a good play. He does not disrupt it. Elegant Egotist, summon a Harpy from the deck. He's going to Synchro Shokan into a Cyber Slash Harpy, which can be negated by Bouncer. If a spell or trap's activated, it will activate to return the Bouncer, but then the Bouncer will negate. Oracle searching, adding the Elegant Egotist in the graveyard back to the hand. Beautiful. Taking out the Cyber Slash Harpy, but then we're going to activate Hysteric Party, discarding a Hysteric Sign to summon the Cyber Slash Harpy back on the field with double Harpy. Activating the Oracle, Bouncer goes, hey, why not? I can only negate once per turn, so let's negate. Negate the Oracle. No, add from the graveyard back to the hand. Hysteric Sign activating to search for up to 3 different Harpy cards, but then, oof. The Cyber Slash Harpy activates, returning the once per turn Bouncer. That is objectively, I know the other plays you're talking about, a back and forth of what could or could not have happened, but this is objectively a massive mistake. And how do you make this mistake? You forgot that the Hysteric Sign would activate, or you forgot that the activation would trigger the Cyber Slash Harpy. You knew it would activate. It was public information. You knew it was discarded, I should say, but maybe he forgot or didn't know that interaction. So he thought, you know, let me use up one of my free negates, not really free or detaching material, to negate the Oracle. I'll negate the Cyber Slash next turn. He's got no back row. So maybe you're linearly thinking, you don't even see the graveyard. You go, okay, no back row, monster activating, I'm once per turn. Let's negate so he doesn't add a card back. Then big oof, returns the Bouncer back to the extra deck. Could have been completely prevented. 100% preventable. Adding a Harpy Hunting Ground, a Channeler, and an Oracle. Let's see what happens now. Can he make a comeback? Cyber Slash Harpy. This is where the Bouncer would be negating it. It's going to return the Oracle back to the hand. Oracle, special, or I should say normal summon. Triggering the field spot to pop a Book of Moon. Book of Moon get flipping, but chaining the Swallow Nest. Now, I read someone saying, why not Book of Moon the Cyber Slash Harpy? The Cyber Slash Harpy was summoned on the previous turn, so it could have been flipped right back up after being Book of Mooned. Chaining the Swallow Nest, summoning the Perfumer. Perfumer triggering the field spell. Popping the back row, searching. Bad aim. We could take out the Cyber Slash Harpy. But Harpies are an amazing turn 2 deck, which means they are an incredible, aggressive deck when they have the opportunity to attack. As you could see, especially with a field spell, forcing out the back row, get poppin', poppin', feather rest. Does he have lethal? Return back on the deck, draw 2, normal summon Harpy Oracle, Elegant Egotist. Oh my Jesus, nuts. We saved the biggest misplay for last. The biggest misplay of the KCGT goes to Konami. Konami misplaying. They, by their own admission, left on the microwave in the break room and it disconnected their servers. Thank you, Konami. Now, this was just a nice showcase. This was not to attack or expose any players. There's a lot of pressure. Even the best players in the world will misplay at Yu-Gi-Oh! For example, myself, I would never misplay. Never, Never have I ever misplayed. Thank you for watching the video. Misplays and our highlights of the tournament. Let's go.